Children, today we are going to learn about the importance and role of youth in Nazi Germany. We have learned in the previous section that Hitler was trying to build a strong Nazi society. He believed that to establish such a society, youth of the country would play an important role. That is why he was extremely interested in the youth and ensured Nazi ideology to be taught to the children, and this required a control over the child both inside and outside school. Let us see what happened in schools under Nazism. All schools were cleansed and purified. Teachers who were Jews or seen as politically unreliable were dismissed from the school. German and Jewish children were not allowed to sit together or play together. Children of Jews, the physically handicapped children, and the gypsies all were seen as undesirable children and were thrown out of the schools. And finally, in the 1940s, they were taken to the gas chambers. Good German children were given ideological training in Nazi school. School textbooks were rewritten. Racial science was introduced to promote and justify Nazi ideas of race. Stereotypes about Jews were popularized even through maths classes. Children were taught to be loyal and submissive, hate Jews, and worship Hitler. Even the function of sports was to nurture a spirit of violence and aggression among children. Hitler believed that boxing could make children iron hearted, strong, and masculine. Youth organizations were made responsible for educating German youth in the spirit of National Socialism. 10-year-old had to enter Jugendwolf, that is Nazi youth group of children below 14 years of age. All boys between the age of 6 and 10 went through a preliminary training in Nazi ideology. At the end of the training, they had to take the oath of loyalty to Hitler. At 14, all boys had to join the Nazi youth organization, Hitler Youth, where they learned to worship war, glorify aggression and violence, condemn democracy and hate Jews, communist, gypsies, and all those who categorized as undesirable. After a period of rigorous ideological and physical training, they joined the labor service, usually at the age of 18. Then they had to serve in the armed forces and enter one of the Nazi organizations. The Youth League of Nazis was founded in 1922. 4 years later, it was renamed Hitler Youth. To unify the youth movement under Nazi control, all other youth organizations were systematically dissolved and finally banned. Nazi Germany believed that women were radically different from men. They repeatedly told that the fight for equal rights for men and women was wrong and it would destroy society. While boys were taught to be aggressive, masculine, and steel hearted, girls were told that they had to become good mothers and rear pure blooded Aryan children. Girls had to maintain the purity of the race, distance themselves from Jews, look after the home, and teach children Nazi values. Children, Nazis considered mother as the bearer of the Aryan culture and race. In 1933, Hitler declared that the mother is the most important citizen in his state. But in Nazi Germany, all mothers were not treated equally. Women who bore racially undesirable children were punished, and those who produced racially desirable children were awarded in terms of favored treatment in hospital and were also entitled to concessions in shops or theatre tickets and railway fare. To encourage women to produce many children, honor crosses were awarded. A bronze cross was given for 4 children, silver for 6, and gold for 8 or more children. Children, all Aryan women who deviated from the prescribed code of conduct were publicly condemned and severely punished. Those who maintained contact with Jews, Poles, and Russians were paraded through the towns with shaved heads, blackened faces, and placards hanging around their neck announcing, I have sold the honor of nation. Many received jail sentences and lost civic honor as well as their husbands and families for this criminal offense. The Nazi regime used language and media with care and often to great effect. Deceptive terms were coined to describe their various practices. Nazis never used the word kill or murder in their official communications. Mass killing were termed special treatment, final solutions, euthanasia, selection, and disinfection. Evacuation meant deporting people to gas chambers. Children, do you know what the gas chambers were called? They were labeled disinfection areas and looked like bathroom equipped with fake shower heads. Media was carefully used to win support for the Nazis and popularize its worldview. Nazi ideas were spread through visual images, films, radio, posters, catchy slogans, and leaflets. In poster, groups identified as the enemies of Germans were mocked, abused, and described as evils. Socialists and liberals were represented as weak and degenerate, having lost the physical, mental, and moral qualities. They were attacked as hostile foreign agents. Children, propaganda films were made to create hatred for Jews. The most infamous film was The Eternal Jews. Orthodox Jews were shown with flowing beard wearing kaftans, whereas in reality it was difficult to distinguish German Jews by their outward appearance. They were referred to as vermin, rats, and pests. Their movements were compared to those of rodents. Nazism worked on the minds of the people, tapped their emotions, and turned their hatred and anger at those marked as undesirable. The Nazis made equal effort to appeal to all the different sections of the population. They sought to win their support by suggesting that Nazis alone could solve all their problems. Children, with this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you.